It's coming at this very particular time in Canadian history. Donald Trump's threats to annex Canada or make Canada the 51st state has, as you know, like driven up a sense of national pride and a sense of wanting to differentiate ourselves, I think, as a nation from the Americans in a meaningful way. And that's exactly what this visit is intended to do. This is not a visit of a foreign dignitary to Canada. This is Canada's king coming to be our head of state and to really visibly act as our head of state and open parliament. And it's a really, I think, powerful statement that's being made by not only the Crown, but also the government of Canada to assert that sovereignty, to assert the differences between Canada and the United States. This is a moment where a lot of people are going to be watching for just how that signal is received, not only here by Canadians, but also in the White House and around the world. King Charles and Queen Camilla are set to arrive in Ottawa early Monday afternoon. They are immediately going to a community event at Lansdowne Park in Ottawa. So that's where they're going to be interacting with the public. There's going to be some kind of a farmer's market set up that they're going to visit. They're going to talk with different people who are at the site. We're told also that King Charles will be dropping the puck for a road hockey game that's happening there. So they're trying to get a little bit of Canadiana into every piece of time that he's got with the public. There's a ceremonial tree planting happening at Rideau Hall, which is something that is a feature of all of the royal visits that have happened over the years. They'll move inside Rideau Hall for a couple more things. So they will meet with the Prime Minister, Mark Carney. They'll meet with the Governor General, Mary Simon. And then there's a ceremony happening in the afternoon on Monday at Rideau Hall, which will swear in Queen Camilla as a member of the King's Privy Council in Canada. So that just formalizes her title as one of his advisors about Canada. And that wraps up the day's public events for Monday. And then Tuesday's sort of the main event, right? That's what everybody's going to be watching for. That happens in the morning in downtown Ottawa. The King and Queen's motorcades will arrive at the Bank of Canada. That's the first location where they'll be. They're going to get into what's called a landau, which is a horse-drawn carriage. So this is like a historic thing that the King and Queen travel in when they're here doing royal visits. This is the first time this particular carriage has actually been used for a royal visit. They'll be accompanied by the RCMP musical ride, as well as RCMP members in red serge. So there's a little bit of pageantry and pomp and ceremony happening there. And they're just going to make their way down Wellington Street to the Senate, which is where there will be a military guard of honor for the King, as well as a 21-gun salute. He'll inspect the guard, and then he'll head inside to do the actual throne speech, which is the main event. This is only the third time that a monarch has presided over the opening of Parliament in Canada by reading the throne speech. So Queen Elizabeth did this in 1957. It was actually the first time she did a televised address. So she did that in Canada. And then she also did it in 1977 as a celebration of her, I believe, Silver Jubilee. This is going to be historic in a number of ways. You know, it's also King Charles' first visit to Canada since he took over the throne. And we know that he struggled with some health issues over the last year. He was diagnosed with cancer. The fact that he's coming here and making this international trip, despite the cancer treatments he's been going through, shows you just how much it matters to him and matters to the palace in general.